What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy StereoRifles tuning in on the microphone, and if you're new to the channel, smack that like button down below and subscribe if you're new. Let's get right into it, man. A little bit of real talk today. Yeah, this could be another episode of Real Life with Eric. Something I saw on Twitter the other day, man, about this protest about these dudes and dudettes, whatever you want to say, asking for $15 an hour working at McDonald's as their minimum wage. And I'll be the first to tell you, man, I've been to McDonald's several times. I was there not that long ago. I walked into the store. There's nobody in line. There's 4 people at the counter working. I sit there, or I'm standing there for at least a minute to 2 minutes straight without being asked to be served. Asked what I want, what do I want to have to eat. I walked out that motherfucker. I'll tell you what, McDonald's these days has got to have some of the poorest service around. They're constantly screwing up your order, giving you the wrong thing. I actually worked there when I was about, I think, 14 years old, because I remember I had to get my worker's permit. If you're under a certain age, I remember you'd have to do that. So yes, I've been in the workforce for a very long time. I'm 35 years old now. And back when I worked there, I believe it was supposed to be a 90-second turnaround from when you ordered the food to get it out the window. Nowadays, that is definitely not the case. How many times I've gone to McDonald's with my wife or something like that just to grab a quick bite to eat, and they want to park in your damn car because the food's not ready. And I know it's a little bit different nowadays. We used to be able to bin up cheeseburgers, which basically means make let's say 10 at a time, because you're selling so many, and that way you just have them on the hot plate, staying warm, the food warmer, and you get the food out faster. But I remember working the grill there at McDonald's, and I mean, burgers, chicken sandwiches, whatever, they cook in inside of a minute, 2 minutes. It's very fast. So I don't throw excuses. There's half the workforce at McDonald's these days, and I'm not saying all fast food restaurants. We're talking about McDonald's in particular, but these are some lazy sons of bitches. No work ethic whatsoever, and what in God's name, in their mind, made them think they deserve $15 an hour? It's bullshit. But anyway, moving on. So I'll be proud to say I've had several jobs over the years, and if the job either wasn't good enough, the place closed, I got laid off, multiple things happened. I mean, I started at McDonald's when I was 14. I worked briefly at a sheet metal company while I was laid off at another job, installing duct work. I worked at a concrete mill doing prefabricated concrete pipes that you see under the ground, where it be vibrating concrete, which sucks, by the way. Putting rebar cages together, or the framing that actually goes inside the concrete, that's what keeps it from falling apart. And also, not to mention, I was working with convicts. That's mainly that was the workforce at this place. And they're operating cranes. They have no certifications at all. So basically, it was a dangerous job, and it only paid $6 an hour. I worked there for a couple months. I was like, this fucking blows. I gotta find something new. But hey, you gotta keep money in your pocket, man. I worked for DAP. They're the people who make caulking, concrete repair compounds, all that kind of stuff, roofing compounds. If you ever gone to Home Depot, you know what I'm talking about. Another shitty job, dude. It was like $10 an hour to basically do things that done by machines nowadays. It literally felt like a slave driving job until I got into Canada Dry, where I'm at now. I've been there for 10 years. What else? Interrail transport. I worked for a company under General Motors, working on rail cars, basically transporting Chevy Astro vans onto the rail cars, strapping them down for transport, doing maintenance on the rail cars. That was about 14 to 16 an hour. Very fast-paced job. We worked in all weather, the snow, the rain, it was hard work. And at the time, 14, 15, 16 an hour, because I got paid on incentive, not by the hour. It was by literally how fast you worked. It was a decent job, and unfortunately that General Motors plant closed down, so obviously I lost that job. But this is what I've done with my life, you know what I mean? You either work your way up, or if the job ain't doing it for you, you get the fuck out, You don't say, hey, I deserve $15 an hour just because I think I do. No, you gotta work for it, son. Like I said, been there, done that, been with the company I'm currently at 10 years, still going, and, you do what you gotta do. So the point I'm trying to make is, in my personal opinion, the people asking for this are just too lazy to step up to a higher paying job, to develop a good work ethic, and either working your way up in a company. I know that's kind of harder to do nowadays. Nowadays, more companies want to see a degree, but they're still out there. There's still kinds of jobs out there where your pay scale will go up as you go. Or, just step it up to another job that requires a more difficult task, and it'll be harder to learn, but obviously the better pay that was actually earned will be well worth it in the long run. So that's the point I'm trying to make. McDonald's, they're in the business of selling cheap, fast food. Between overhead, on the store, obviously cost of goods, they can literally not afford to pay these people $15 an hour. If they do that, I guarantee a Big Mac sandwich is going to be $10. Not only that, they're probably going to cut help, so the quality might suffer. I mean, and when the minimum wage goes up like this, what people don't seem to understand as well, this is going to hurt the people who make more money, because the cost of food in the grocery store, fuel, maybe even the dairy market, any of that kind of stuff, all the pricing on that is going to go up. Because if minimum wage is $15, that's going to be minimum wage at the grocery store. That's going to be minimum wage at McDonald's. That's going to be minimum wage at all these low-paying jobs that don't deserve and don't require this kind of pay. And it's going to hike everything up, and everybody else is going to suffer. It's not a solution to me. These are just lazy people who don't want to do anything to make money. We are in a capitalist society. No, I'm not going to pull a full drifter business rant here, but we don't practice socialism where everybody makes the same amount of money. You need to work, do work, get paid, work your way up, just like I did. Like I said, I've had like 7 to 8 jobs over the years where I got permanently laid off because they closed. The job was for me, so I moved on to something that made more money. I started with my company as the bottom guy, as a merchandiser. I was making, I think at the time, $12.90 an hour. Not bad. At the time, I was like, hey, man, I was completely happy with it, And in fact, obviously, eventually I stepped up to a sales job where I was, filling in on routes. And now I have my own route, but I worked my way up. And I'll make it a pretty handsome living. I own my own house. Obviously, I'm married. Things are pretty good. I got a couple toys. But it didn't happen overnight. Like I said, I've been in the workforce since I was 14 years old, and I'm 35 now, dude. I didn't just get asked to get handed $15 an hour. I remember back in the day when I was at McDonald's, I remember hearing dudes working, I believe part-time in the summer doing like sheetrock or something. They were making like $10 an hour. I was like, bro, that's some big monies, dude. I said, I can make like $1,500 over the summer if I work hard enough, I didn't have that mindset. You know what I mean? I never thought you were supposed to be handed money like this. I just don't know where people get this mindset to where they do nothing and get paid. And like I said, the quality of McDonald's the last few years is dog shit anyway, as far as, service. These people, they're crazy. I don't know where the hell they get off. I really don't. I'm not saying if it's a part-time job, you're going to school, you work, there's nothing wrong working these jobs. To me, they're entry-level jobs for, I want to say, younger people just getting into the workforce, or maybe, like I said, you need some part-time work just to supplement your income while you're in school or something like that. But unless you're going for a store manager's job in a McDonald's, there's no reason to try to make a career out of it. I just don't know where people, they have no drive to aim higher, and it's just pure laziness. And I'm just sorry to see that this country has gotten this way. This country wasn't built on laziness and piss poor work ethic. I just don't have this mindset. And I know just about every YouTuber I talk to has a similar mindset to myself, to where, well, obviously, if you're working hard on YouTube, you definitely have a work ethic, because it is work. Especially if you're not the big guy yet, you actually have to work for a living also, on top of it, or if you're going to school at the same time. So I know these people that, a lot of people that watch my channel, think similarly to the way I do. But I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go on about this forever. I have my opinions on it. I think it's nonsensical. I don't see where flipping burgers and working a cash register, where you don't even have to know common math anymore. You don't even have to add or subtract anything. It's all done for you automatically. And these people want $15 an hour. Half the time they don't show up on time. They call out. They're ignorant with customers. They're slow. It's bullshit. I just had to get this off my chest, guys. That's pretty much going to wrap it up. Let me know down in the comments section. Are you younger, just getting into the workforce, or are you closer to my age? Are you going to school? What are your opinions on this? Like I said, this is a capitalist country, capitalism-driven country and economy, and $15 an hour to flip burgers, get the fuck out of here. Like I said, that's going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for coming around, a little real talk, but I'll just see you on the next one. Take it easy.